one that
Okay.
Ian and Isaac will need to catch up on.
Yep, go for it.
You guys remember what happened last week?
Nope.
Vaguely.
We went to the camp, we met lots of friends.
Yep.
We made lots of new
wagon
friends.
ride.
The
The farmers told us about how they were getting dicked over and that's why they were fleeing.
Yep, the family, the Havenwaiths, the dwarven family, and they were clearly upset about what had happened to Reglith, a young female dwarf. And then you met the merchant Gunruth of Boots, Hammers and Hunting Imports. And he told you a little bit about how he was friends with Willibald at the general store, and you spoke to him, he briefly recounted the night the Confederacy fell, and he didn't really want to talk about that, and then you guys sort of picked on him randomly, and he left you guys to be. And then there was a trapper who Iris spoke to briefly that he used to hunt in the valley, but there's not really many good animals there anymore. The farmers can't seem to live with them. Not as good at farming as the other people used to be. And so he goes to a valley in the south, south of the valley. There's just some woods down there to go hunting now. And then you met another group of adventurers, of which one of them got killed.
Because he's an
Relatively
idiot.
suspicious circumstances. And they had just come from the Confederacy. They were raving about the leader and how good the Confederacy was. But you noted some various small flame regalia on them. Not sure if you guys made the connection as to what that is yet. Need to check in your notes for that one. They were heading down to do some treasure hunting in the Southern Wilds. Then you left early in the morning because Kathu, who was your wagon driver, wanted to get to Norngraw before the guild came down and fired him from work. So he wanted to get in a couple more jobs before word got to the guild about the death at the guild-sanctioned rest site. And you went through sort of a pass, and before you was a pretty beautiful looking valley. You were going along, you noticed sort of like, some gum, sort of like a gum tree forest, and there was a couple of sort of weird looking trees ahead of you, and the closer and closer you got, it became more apparent that it wasn't perhaps the beautiful vista you had initially seen, and there were various people hanging on these trees, and you noticed a small dwarf who looked similar to the ones you had seen at the campsite, sort of slumped under one of the trees. And as you passed them, Thurwag turned to you and very morbidly said, "Welcome to Norngraw."
So did we get a sense from the dwarves as to how long ago the Confederacy is what fell and these new leaders took over?
Yes, so things you ascertained from the last session, I believe, was that the Confederacy fell about 5 harvests ago, and that the new people who run the Confederacy still exists, but the previous Confederacy leaders have now gone. The Thidibro family was the name that you were told, and the new people who run it, you got good and bad reviews from them.
It's like somebody needs killing.
Don't know if Zon would say that. With the dwarf, the dwarf that we saw, she was dead, right?
Yes, she had a rope still around her neck.
Unless she's got a really high constitution.
No. Her eyes missing from the sockets. Pecked out, it looks like.
Yeah. Well, we should.
Thu just keeps pushing his slow pace down through down past.
Do the
Kathu,
trees
is it
actually?
normally like this? Is it normally like this, Kathu?
It used to be, but it is now. Looks like they had a fresh purge. Happens
How
every
long's
now
this
and then.
been going on for?
Believe
All these.
Five, 6 harvests now.
There must be nobody left.
Uh,
Who's left in the town?
you know, the family
runs the
still
place?
remain. Runs the place.
Yeah, if you can call it that.
I don't know, I tend to stay away from the politics of it these days. You know, I'm pretty young. I still got my life ahead of me. I don't want to end up, you
There's
know, 3 or
politics
4 inches taller.
There's politics and there's politics. This is
Politics?
extreme politics.
Well, I mean, I tend to stay out of it. I don't want to. I got a life to live.
Who's doing this? Who's
So this would be the Confederacy doing this. No, they get their workers in cheap.
from where?
People around here need looking for work.
Why don't
Always
they just
plenty of work
go
in the
to
valley.
somewhere else?
I mean, head of it now. I'm told he's a pretty charismatic fellow.
Hmm.
That he'll use you until he has no use for you anymore, and then he'll kick you aside. Is what I've heard. Hey, you didn't hear that from me. I tend to get in and
Money
out.
what from you?
What?
Exactly. Exactly, Zom. The trees, yeah, the trees look normal, except that they're the ones that have the strange fruit hanging from them are the bigger ones. The boughs are sort of stronger, take the weight of multiple hanging bodies.
So it's not like the trees have been corrupted or something.
Not too well. You could give me an Arcana check for that.
I was going to ask
Too
Sam
late.
about the trees because he's all naturey.
If you're looking for
Whereas-
signs of corruption,
I'm totally an Arcana whiz kid, as you can
People
tell.
that are capable of doing this sort of thing.
they look like you've not seen many gum trees. These look like gum trees.
And Bob is very learned in the magic world and has been doing it for many years, studied long and hard to get these skills.
Exactly.
He feels he's putting in his
Kathu driving
fair share of time.
the wagon, and you guys have now sort of are about level with the tree with the corpse of what you would presume to be Wrigleyth.
Can I say, Mike? I think after Zom has seen the results of what these people do, Zom would absolutely say somebody needs some killing.
Okay.
It's very righteous. It's very righteous
Chaotically
Over-
righteous.
and overprotective.
As an aside, roughly how long has it been since we went through the Maelstrom? by this
First
point?
time, would say you've probably been gone about a month.
I don't know.
After landing on the
Maybe a
beach.
little bit more than a month,
Yeah.
month and a half.
6 weeks.
Mm.
That.
Okay.
Wagon keeps going, and the tree with Regolith is now just behind you.
So is it a
Look,
gated
we
community,
see-
or is it just like a village sprawled out of
The valley?
towns and...
Well, no.
Oh, we're
I
still
guess.
far away from
Yeah.
Norkrod, are we?
As you
Oh.
sort of
Oh, sorry.
Just
Yeah, I
quickly-
actually thought we were coming into Norgraw.
you are coming into the valley of Norgraw. I'll just shift
Oh,
the
okay.
map to sort of an aerial view, but I mean you can sort of see what you can see there. So you guys are entering from, let's say, down over
That was
here.
pretty big.
It's a really big. It's a really cool map.
Hmm.
I really love this map. And you guys are entering down around here.
You might be on a different layer.
Sorry.
No, I saw that.
I didn't
It's
see
right
that,
down the
yeah.
very bottom.
Right down the
again?
very
Oh, there.
Bottom right.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah,
bottom right.
okay, saw that.
My bad. Yeah. Okay.
So are we actually seeing like villagers moving around or anything yet, or we're still too far out?
You're probably a bit far out to see. I mean, you can see smoke coming from some buildings.
As
Things
in
like that.
cooking fires, not
Yeah,
burning
not
buildings.
like burning buildings. No. I mean, you can see.
Is there an obvious population center or like management? Say for the establishment,
I
maybe.
mean, I'm going to say you guys are sort of coming down a bit of a mountain pass here. Kind of see that there's a pretty big conglomeration of buildings sort of in the middle, the center part
We're
of it.
really going to seek out management straight away?
And
No, I want to avoid them.
Yeah,
I want to avoid them.
Zom is disgusted at what he has seen. This sort of thing can't happen. These are
And-
people. These are living beings. Where is
Just-
the peace? There is no peace.
There's lots of
No.
peace to the people.
There's a
though.
piece over there, and there's a piece over there.
This is
Lots of pieces.
despicable. This evil should not happen in the world.
on the map, but just drawn a sort of a grey square on the top corner there.
Oh, yeah.
There's
Yeah.
looks to be sort of a keep. That corner, top corner there.
Okay.
So you guys are probably
Can
now
we,
10 meters past Regleith's body.
Are you like hinting at us to do something with his body?
Parents did ask you to make sure that their daughter was dealt with respectfully.
Oh, is that what they said?
Well, Eldritch Blast the rope to knock her down.
She's already slumped by the base of the tree. The rope.
Ah, I thought she was hanging. Okay.
Okay. Let's
Well, we will.
do they
how
bury
many
their
other
bodies here?
How many other bodies are there as well?
There's a few. Probably on the
Funeral
tree.
fire.
There's probably three hanging from the branch. There's probably 5 or 6 just randomly plopped around.
Do any of us
Be about 20 bodies around you.
do any of us know a respectful way to
Yeah. We'll ask
Uh,
Thoag.
for a funeral? Yeah.
Thoag, what should we do with the body of this poor dwarf to lay her at rest?
Typically,
Respectfully.
the burial tradition here would be to dig a grave and
Dig.
fold the arms over, and ideally we would wrap the corpse in something and ask that Synth takes gives her body and her soul a gentle ride through the maelstrom, to be with her.
Does anyone have a shovel?
Well,
Ramrod,
where-
can you summon up
When
your,
this-
summon up your weapon and dig a hole?
Yeah.
Attack the
Come on.
soil
Hang on,
20
hang
times.
on. I haven't got him loaded up yet. Let me.
That's
load him
okay.
up.
Let's just say that Ramrod does indeed summon his spiritual weapon. Would the spiritual weapon be able to dig? I don't think it would.
Well, if it can
I
hit
mean,
things.
it does physical.
This is
Yeah.
this is entirely up to you. I mean, surely it follows your command, though, doesn't it?
We're just
we've
trying to get out
spoken
of
about
physical labour.
Well, the thing is, it's going to follow your command, but when you summon it, the use is usually to
exactly.
hit something with it. So,
Ian.
hey,
Just in time. You go,
Ian,
man.
we need
shit,
your
you're
expert
gonna have to-
advice on how to get out of digging a hole.
Well, hang on. First, we're going to have to revive Iris.
Can we
The damage that
fireball a
was
hole
done.
into the ground?
No, the damage that was done 2 turns before was enough to totally kill her. You need to revivify.
Yeah. Okay.
I think we had previously ruled that spiritual weapon cannot indeed dig a hole.
How
Yeah, I
many,
remember it was like
It does force
Yeah.
damage to the ground, so unless you want to spend hours just eating the ground.
Hammering the ground.
how many Eldritch Blasts would it
Alerting
take to
everyone in the
vaporize a
distance.
small dwarf?
As you guys are standing around,
Hold
Kathu
on.
goes,
Hold
for
on,
fuck's
hold
sake,
on.
I'll just
Where-
dig a bloody hole.
Oh, hey, Jack. Where are we on this map?
Down bottom right.
Here.
Thoag, you're
This
good
is-
at digging up ruins, so do you want to dig a bit of a hole for the dwarf and we'll put her in?
He
Well,
pulls out his
let's just-
pickaxe and
let's
Bottom right.
all
Where?
dig holes.
This is the
Different holes?
valley of... Ahead of you is the valley of Nordgrå, and this is what you see. There's a bunch of small buildings, sort of farmsteads that you can see. You're sort of coming down quite a big, steep road, so you can sort of see the whole valley before you. It's a central hub here of maybe 3 or 4 large buildings, and at the very far distance you can just make out what looks to be a keep. The morning mist is still rising off of the farm, the paddocks that you can see, the farmyards that you can see ahead of you.
And we've got the
just
dwarven
past
child,
the dwarven
the
corpse.
dwarven child here.
Yeah, that was the one that last session the Havenwaiths, I think they were. Family of dwarves, the Havenwaiths who were fleeing the valley, had sort of said, "Oh, keep an eye out for, a roundabout way. If you see our dead daughter, bury her at least, please."
Yeah.
You've seen some freshly dwarf that with a rope noose around its neck, slumped in the base of a tree, eyes pecked out by birds.
Yep. Okay.
So, but there's about was there about 8 or so other dwarves around?
No. There's about 20 bodies in the surrounding area.
I think we should
all of
spend
varying
some time.
states.
We all need
States
to
of,
dig holes and get rid of these bodies. Give them the
Just
respectful.
have a funeral pyre, a respectful funeral pyre.
That would produce
Respectful
quite a lot
fireball?
of smoke across the whole.
Is that the custom around here? We should
We
maintain
don't
custom.
typically burn the bodies here. I'm not sure the custom of your lands, but usually a ceremonial burial is sufficient around here.
There are how many others are there? 6, 7.
Depends if
Yeah,
the coach driver's going to
A
do.
bit.
Well, the coach driver is with us. Like, would
Who's
you?
already started digging a hole?
And how many
Yeah,
shovels we
yeah.
have.
Well,
Is there a body here that is like really, really decomposed, like basically just bones?
No, there's not bones one. There's some pretty bloated sort of ones.
All right, I take one of the most unforgettable ones there is,
Yeah.
and I'm going to use animate dead.
Okay.
And I do believe that Zom had just. Oh no, was that Bob who just did that earlier? Who did that? Zom.
Zom did that. Yeah.
So you can read the spell description there. So basically,
Yeah.
form a zombie, and so Iris goes over to one of the corpses and looks down at it and says, "You can still be useful in death," and casts animate dead on it. And as it revives itself as a zombie, I hand it a shovel and say, "You must now dig." And then Iris goes to sit down.
24 hours, yeah. It starts just digging. It doesn't
So-
really digs a hole. It's sort of
Iris,
sticking mindlessly. It
Iris,
doesn't seem to
that's-
understand your command to main it to dig like a trench to put bodies in or a grave. It just starts digging.
Yeah, and when it starts to like do something that looks a bit silly, I go, no, you gotta dig over there, stupid. You gotta.
This seems a very disrespectful way to treat a. He's digging his or her, I'm not quite sure at this point, own grave. I realise they probably don't know, but
Zom,
I don't.
do you find purpose in what you do?
Oh, Iris, of course I find purpose in what I do.
If someone took that purpose away from you, would you be upset?
Yes, I would.
If you had a chance to be useful after someone had taken your purpose away, how would you feel?
I probably wouldn't feel anything. But I,
Yeah.
but I see your point, Iris. Do you think?
Some people find solace in working with their hands. I am not one of these people, but I know that the laborers of this land probably were. and they would probably find it not delightful, but at least
He is helping dig
rewarding.
a hole for everyone else and help the living. Maybe he's going to preserve, by him digging the hole, our energy can be preserved for future endeavours. Maybe that'll be battle. Maybe that'll be digging more holes.
I give Zom a big hug and I say, I think you're starting to get it, Zom.
Oh, Iris. Zom doesn't get it though. However, I think Zom would perhaps be motivated enough to do his own animate dead. Get another one, reduce the time taken to do it.
And just trying to read about Circle of Spore Druids and their thoughts on death. They have
That's
a
probably a
just-
good idea to do that first.
Can't you just decompose the corpses? Turn them into mushrooms. I don't know.
I mean, just jumping out of the game quickly, how you play Zom is up to you. But the Circle of the Druids of this circle have a complex relationship with the undead. Unlike most other druids, they see nothing inherently wrong with undeath, which they consider to be a companion to life and death.
Oh,
These druids believe that the natural circle is healthiest when each segment of it is vibrant and changing. Undead that seek to replace all life with undeath, or that try to avoid passing to a final rest, violate the cycle and must be thwarted.
Okay. Send me that
just-
link.
That's just from the 5e tools thing that we had open before.
Yeah, okay.
I guess you think of well, it says here, it actually says it just a bit before, these druids believe that life and death are parts of a grand cycle, with one leading to another and back again. Death isn't the end of life, but instead a change in states that sees life shifted to a new form. That form is slavery to dig its own grave. Well, up in the air.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. He's not digging his own grave. He's digging the graves for the others, and then he's coming with us.
A new friend.
And yeah, of course, the purpose has been argued that the dead has purpose now.
Yeah.
Has one more purpose, which yeah,
Well-
Zom could certainly be persuaded into.
On top of that, Zom, I would argue that these people were killed for nefarious reasons. Does that sound accurate based on what we've heard so far?
I think it's from the state of the bodies and their presentation. Yes, I would say that's accurate.
Then I
Makes
would
me
say
very
that
angry to see
a
this.
certain course of revenge, or at least vengeance, must be in order. Some justice must be served for these.
Someone
these
needs to pay
dead.
for this.
And
Yes,
while
I do.
while I would love to raise all of these creatures and bring them back to life and have them live long and healthy lives, I can't do that. I would love to be able to do that. I can't do that. But what I can do is I can give
You
one
are
of
a good
the.
sort, Iris.
I try. What I can do is give one of these townsfolk the ability to come back and seek their own form of justice on whoever brought them to this untimely demise.
And look how
Yes.
happy he is. Look at that toothy grin. He's so happy. No? Okay.
I'm just trying to think. I don't know his name, but perhaps Toothy is or Happy. Happy. That's an excellent name. This, what, DM? What creature? What thing did I raise?
You raised a it's hard to say, a humanoid being. Due to the state of decay, it's pretty difficult to determine there was potentially an orc or a half orc or maybe a human, or potentially doesn't quite have the sort of the slenderness of an elf, maybe a half elf, but it's not. It's a relatively tall sort of human kind of thing.
This half orc shall now be named Happy. I think it's a good name.
Zom is going to take his cues directly from Iris, and in his head use Iris's argument and also animate dead. So he's going to do the same thing to a similarly decomposed corpse.
Cool.
And have it do the same thing.
Right.
And have it follow us afterwards.
Okay, cool. So you guys have now dug a large pit, I would describe it as opposed to a hole. Takes you.
We did not do the digging, except for Graham.
Graham's digging.
The
Or,
royal we.
or
The royal you.
as Kathu is sort of digging, like looking at you guys chilling out, like in the hand.
Casting spells takes quite the toll, Kathu, but thank you for...
Zom will actually still lend a hand.
Ah. This is not the way.
Zom, I wish I had your constitution.
Oh, Iris, it's making short work. We can't let them do everything.
I mean, it's pretty early in the morning. It's you guys were up sort of around dawn. Long day ahead of you. You're making quick work of it with your undead minions, and you dig a relatively good pit. That looks like a fine hole we've all dug here. Very good, very good. It's the least we could do for these poor souls, poor wretched souls. Yeah, they have found the maelstrom.
Indeed. Perhaps we should send whoever killed them to the maelstrom as well.
Well,
But
I'll leave that with you
exactly
folks.
what we should do.
I, as I've mentioned several times, I am not staying in the valley. I don't care for the place overly, and I need to be back at Avasarth for the conference shortly.
We understand, Catherine.
What's the third one?
Oh, that was Thurway. Sorry.
Kathu's like, yeah, I gotta get loaded lumber. Out of
He
here.
needs to get some wood.
As we recalled Iris's antics of the last evening, an adventurer was inadvertently killed through their own misadventures, and that poor Kathu is fearing the wagon drivers or transportation guild repercussions, keen to get a load out of Nauntgraw before he loses his license.
Of what, sorry?
Load of lumber out of Nauntgraw.
Oh, lumber, right.
Honestly, Kathu, I don't think you've got anything to worry about. If someone committed suicide on your watch, that's not on you.
It's a sanctioned guild rest spot. You don't quite understand the enormity of having someone die at one of those.
Yeah, but they killed themselves.
Yeah. Did they, Iris?
I mean, it was an accident. It was a terrible
Sure.
accident.
Have you had much to do with guilds before, Iris? Are you aware of the paperwork that goes into these things, the bureaucracy that goes in these things?
Of course not.
Yeah.
I myself am also trying to get to deal with paperwork, and it is just relentless.
So you'll have some understanding.
Yeah, I can't get anyone to sign any of my bloody my petitions. It's hard work.
Well, I just want to get some more loads in and out of Nauntgraw before they rip my license up, okay? So,
Sure.
let's get these bodies in the ground and get out of here.
Graham, I'm sorry this is making you uncomfortable. I can see the look in your eyes.
His response.
Derwag looks at Bob. You really tried your hardest, huh? Well done, old boy. Got Lexi onto it.
Stellar worker. She's doing amazing.
Yeah. She is, isn't she? Just like you, she tries, hey?
Yes, I've been told we're
It's all
very
that
trying.
matters. Yes, that's all that matters. Right, so you guys gonna...
Totally going to use that at work. I can see you've tried. Yes, I'm told I'm very trying. Excellent.
You gonna load the bodies in?
Oh,
Get
yeah,
the-
yeah. We're going to do the whole process. We're not just.
Yeah.
We're
We'll
not
just
gonna
leave a hole.
Oh, this is a great hole we've dug. Let's leave these corpses and get on out of here.
I'm sure Ramrod, as a cleric, has some sort of
Oh yeah, probably.
ministrations he needs to deal with the bodies.
Yeah, you see him.
He'll say things.
Being,
Well. I cast thee into the dirt.
being a follower of Helm, or the Helm being the god of guardians and protector and protect the guardian and the giver of protection to those below him. He feels particularly torn by this, so he takes a moment with each corpse. Takes a moment with each corpse before it's placed in the hole. He utters some words to the protector that seem to indicate, you don't get the full gist of it, but basically that Hell may have failed them in this life, but may he follow them in the next.
What if they weren't followers of Hell?
I think a follower of Helm would care about that.
Hmm.
Hey, Iris, how long will Happy be with us for?
Probably the next day. From memory, I haven't tried this yet, but
Oh, happy day.
Kathu looks at them and goes, "You guys probably don't want to take those into town."
What about if we
Perhaps you're
put some
right.
clothes on them and dress them up and...
Dom, do a perception.
Oh, sorry. Zom perception. Right. Blah, 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 blah.
Nothing to see here.
Oh,
You don't
should-
you don't notice anything. Iris, do a perception.
Would I hang on? I would have guided myself.
Okay, guide
Would I?
yourself.
Would I not?
He's guiding himself.
Okay,
14. Yeah.
do a intelligence check next.
Zom.
Was there anything? Oh wow. Okay.
So you look at the
Ram is wanting to
corpse
loot the
that
bodies.
Oh, yes.
you look around at the corpse you've animated, and you look sort of where it was laying, and you note that. Did you pick the male or the female one to animate? Or they were pretty decomposed, but you could tell those two features apart.
Zom chose. He just chose one. He chose a female.
Chose the female.
Yeah.
And so with that intelligence and perception now, you would have noticed that it was laying next to what were probably its children.
Mm-hmm.
And so your corpse is going to follow you away from its dying children. Cool.
Dying or dead?
Sorry, dead.
Dying?
Dead. Sorry, not dying. Now dead.
We're just burying all these corpses while these two kids are like, ah.
It's cool. All right, and Happy's still following you, Iris too.
Oh yeah, absolutely. But
Happy
what I'm going to
Happy was
do
there,
is-
slumped up against a tree by himself.
What I'm going to do is I'm just going to tell Happy to stand here, and if any of the murderers who came across who happened to kill these people, I'm hoping that with some intrinsic knowledge of his past life, he might know who the people who killed him were. If any of those people come past and come again to murder more people or string up or execute more of the villagers, to just, have at them. Really, really have at them until I come back. And that's just going to be my command. So wait here, kill anybody who killed you, and then I'll be back, maybe.
As Amrod's doing some last rites, carefully placing the bodies in the hole.
Why did you have to make it a mother?
Yes. I wanted to see your reaction to it. I mean, had you not guided yourself on that perception, you would never have known that you were taking the dead mother away from the dead children. But
I promise you, I will bring you back to your children.
Didn't we bury the kids?
Yep, I will bring you back to your children. You will also be buried here.
Zom, she will avenge her children.
She will, and we will bring her back here.
You get her. The mum. The dead vacant stare.
What's her name, Zom?
Toothy.
So we've got Happy is standing there. Toothy is following. Alright. Kathu clearly not overly stoked about the new person just walking alongside. Things following us. Getting in my wagon.
Yep.
Don't care for that.
Keeps looking around,
Toothy's coming
shakes
with
his
us.
head.
You see? That thing is Toothy.
Zom, Toothy's coming with us?
Toothy's coming with us.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's what I said. Zom's taking his cues directly from Iris in this case.
I left
So,
Happy there.
Kathu looks
I
at
thought
Thurwag.
Happy was coming with us.
No.
Happy
Happy's
is
staying
very
there
good.
and is going to murder any one of his murderers who happen to wander past, if they come past. Otherwise, I'll come back and grab him in a few hours.
I was
We're going
actually,
into civilized society. I don't think bringing the undead would be a great idea.
Thurwag.
are we
Kathu,
going into civilized society? I was not really under the impression that we were going into what would be termed as a civilized society anymore.
I'm sorry, Zom. What I meant was civilized society. People, townsfolk.
Well, it's the same thing, surely.
Uh,
Why did you
They're,
point
uh,
at the air?
black- We're out of the
No.
jungle now.
Zom would know what that means.
Yeah.
Oh, all right, fine, all right.
I mean, if you want to do it, I'm happy to follow your lead on this one, Zom. I think things might go easier.
He's coming in the wagon with us.
I
Pay
thought.
me an
Hang on,
extra
Simon.
100 gold.
Just wait. We need to have this conversation.
100
We're
gold.
not.
It's Kathu. It's not Simon.
Okay.
You're paying
okay.
me another 100 gold if I'm taking that thing with me.
100 gold.
What?
100 gold.
It's a fucking dead person.
That's a little bit
Again,
excessive.
I'm already in it with the guild. I'm not taking another chance. You can do it. I don't care. I just want some more gold for it.
I was hoping that she might be able to avenge the death of her children.
It's fine. Sounds great. You're paying more money for it.
Iris,
Yes.
I
The plan
think
doesn't say this, but hey, Kathu, maybe you could use the free labour.
No. Again, violating my terms of employment with the Guild of Transportation.
How is that violating your terms of employment?
I can't
They say
have
you
a
can't
dead
use undead.
person.
look,
Well,
it's fine. It's fine, my dear. You will not come with us on this day. You will stay here. You
Bring
will.
it if you want, Zom. I don't care.
You will.
Just need some more gold for it.
Yeah, I'm not paying 100 gold for that.
I mean, they're not on the wagon.
If she was alive,
They're just
and her
walking in the
children were
same
alive,
direction.
Walking with us is 50 gold.
So
Okay,
if somebody
no.
else started walking
No.
next to us, we'd have to pay
Walking-
50 bucks as well?
Cathu, walking with us is no gold. Anyone can walk with us.
Are you trying to
On-
intimidate or
on-
persuade?
I think Zom would be getting slightly annoyed with her right now. So intimidating, I reckon.
Okay.
Oh, why is that at -1?
Want the thing to walk with us? It's 50 gold.
Fine, she will
We
stay here.
accept. Alright, we'll take 50 gold and they can walk with us. Thanks. Hand it over.
No. No. Kathu looks at Thurwag. Who are these fucking dickheads?
Excuse me?
I'm glad to be dropping you guys off soon. Oh, this has not been a fun journey.
Is there a Wagoners Guild here in Nordgrar?
Transportation Guild?
Yes, we wish to lodge a complaint once we arrive. Can you take us there post haste?
You've already lost me my job.
Cathu, you've tried my patience for quite some time. You
Cathu,
didn't even
we
let
are
me pull the
making
car. Our
Yeah.
first meeting.
Catherine,
And
we will
Catherine.
make a formal complaint once we reach Nordgrar proper.
I'm playing away. Will be fired by the time it reaches my my local chapter leader. So, whatever.
Deserved.
Absolutely.
In the meantime,
Unbelievable. Anyways, yes. Let's continue on to Nordgrar. Cathu, away.
I mean, no wonder he's getting fired.
hang on. I
Service
am
like
actually
this.
going to leave. I'll leave my zombie here though. Next to Iris's zombie. Next to what's his name? Happy. So it'll be Happy and Toothy. You shall both defend. You're not defending anything really. Attack those who you might recognise who might have attacked you and killed you and your families.
But you have to be very sure that they are the people, and not just people in general.
Yes, don't just attack anybody. That's not the purpose of this. Because if you attack anybody, that makes you just like them. You're not just like them. You weren't just like them.
Do the skeletons look sad?
You are
at
going
this
to avenge
instruction
your own
clarification?
Yeah. And also, when it turns midnight on the 17th day, how long did that actually last for? Is it a day?
24 hours?
24 hours. Yeah.
And then they stop listening to your commands. So
But
before
they
the
still
24
stay.
hours,
Oh,
So they don't unsummon, they just run wild.
oh,
Yeah.
right. Okay. Oh, that's pretty cool. That's awesome.
So
I thought they were just gonna become de-animated. Just dead again.
Oh, they have been animated. They don't get unanimated.
Oh,
No.
yeah. Oh, here it is. I was trying to look for that before. Yeah, it is. Maintain
Yeah.
control of the creature for another 24 hours. You must cast a spell on the creature again before 24-hour period. Yeah.
Yeah. So in 23 hours, we need to cast it again effectively. Otherwise, they go crazy.
Yeah. But don't they only have, what are they, the level CR2 or something?
Versus a
Or
Yeah.
one?
I think.
But you have one in your have one in your now compendium. Spore zombie that's got the same stats.
Yep.
Except only 1 HP. They're a quarter.
What are-
Oh, right. Quarter CR. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I don't actually, I don't see that in my list.
Should be in your
Oh,
journal.
Spore Zombie. Oh, right at the top. Yeah, okay, I see.
Alright, let me
Yeah,
just-
cool. Got him.
You can drag him out when you summon that thing now.
Yeah, no worries.
And his he goes after you immediately after you in initiative.
Yes.
Alright. So Kathu It's back in the wagon. He's like pretty pissed off now.
He's pissed off.
I don't know why.
He's overly happy, and he doesn't even say, just come on, flicks his fans and like points to the back of the wagon. And over the course of the next couple of hours or so, your wagon makes its way through fields of crops, animals. You pass through apple groves, a vineyard, wheat fields, and although the bounty of
Hours?
crops,
How slow are we going?
yeah, dawdling now. When you're just sort of
He's
going at a
not
reasonable
happy.
pace. No. You're not going. You wouldn't be going slow, but it's not to scale, Kez.
What other dimension?
Over the course of
Very
the-
small house.
70 feet.
So, although the bounty of crops appears to be plentiful, the people you see seem emaciated and dirty.
Can we
Yeah.
speak with some of the people that we see? Can we discreetly speak with them? As in, I mean, okay, are there guards around? Are there?
Their hunched backs, covered in what would have once been fine clothing, now amounting to torn and dirty rags. They toil in the fields, accompanied by one or two armoured men. Eye your passage through the valley with caution, clearly uneasy with the arrival of strangers in their fiefdom.
In their
I'm gonna try and approach
what, Sam?
in their fiefdom.
Is that like that's common that we're seeing with like every farm?
Yeah, you guys are walking through like all the places that sort of appear to be worked. There's no sort of fields that look like they're not being worked or haven't been tended to recently. There's none like overgrown ones or anything like that. It all looks pretty. I mean, the farm, like crop load, looks good. It looks like it's been well farmed, well maintained. Yeah, it's these people the people working are clearly undernourished, under-maintained, and these sort of their guards guarding them.
How many guards are guarding each farmer or crew or whatever?
Probably, maybe it varies. Maybe 2, 3, sometimes 4.
Is it possible to pick a fairly remote farm?
Yeah.
See
I'm
if
just
they're
trying to find
remote
a-
farm. One
Is
that
it-
might be out of earshot.
I mean, you guys
Or
are
is
on
our
side of-
is our wagon driver just railroading us to the drop-off point so that he can
Yeah.
fuck us off?
pretty well. Pretty well. Just trying to get a nice picture of what you might see. I can't really find a good one.
I imagine it's like a scene from Scythe.
Kind of, yeah.
It's just sitting in the background.
Yeah,
Yeah.
with no mechs. The only thing missing is the mechs, basically.
Oh,
But anyway, you get the general gist. Who's riding
Is Kathy taking us to that town centre part? Like
is taking you to.
this bit?
From what you can tell, it would be there that he is taking
Yeah.
you to. Yes.
These farmers do not look happy. Where I grew up, it was hard work, but you had a smile on your face and a ale at the end of the day. This does not look
Yes,
like the
that
case
was,
here.
I am no
Kathy-
farmer, but
Yeah.
I've done my fair share of rearing trees and so forth. And yes, work was what made us happy. Always
Is Zom
entertaining.
saying work will make you happy and set you free?
That picture,
You must be working in management.
people aren't mechs, they're just like guards, basically. The people aren't like in medieval garb, they're more like just sort of Eyes colourful.
The mechs are
With
cattle.
the mechs.
What is that from? That is an awesome picture.
Scythe.
Board
Scythe.
game called Scythe.
It's very
There's a-
cool.
It's
Yeah,
a
right.
computer game of it now.
Is there?
Is it based on
nice.
MechWarrior or something? Because
Nah.
I don't recognise any of those mechs, but
It's almost like a Corsair's early Soviet type era, like a resource control game.
I now notice all of the steam coming out of the back of what are these? Steam powered or coal powered mechs or something? Are they?
Yeah. They're very cool.
Yeah, cool. Anyway. Yes.
On we trundle.
Scythe.
It's the artist's page, the one I linked to you at the end there. Yeah. Okay, we digress. So yeah, you guys are getting closer to the looks like the hub of the valley, and closer. And
Can we talk amongst ourselves for a minute?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right, just sort of
can you
on
just-
the way, we want to sort of discuss. We're all seeing this. We want to sort of discuss
I'll sit back.
this. This has got to change. What do we want to do?
Well, that's a good
Do you think-
question.
do you think-
Do these
do you-
people need saving?
Do we need it? Yeah. Do we interfere? I am not. This does not sit well with me.
There's
I can't ignore this.
heck of a lot of guards. There's like, 60 houses with 2 or 3 guards each, and 5
Where are
of
the
us.
guards all coming from? How have they got so many guards?
Their payroll must be
this is an
immense.
army. What are they gaining from this? What are they even doing here? We need to find out more.
This Confederacy of the Harvest. I don't. I wonder. I think we need to find a leader and find out what's happening.
I think we need to talk to some of these people on the farms, but we can't really do that with the guards around. I
I
think
mean, we
need
can.
To, we can, Iris. Yes. We might not get too far in that moment. I'm proposing that we find a farm that's isolated enough that no one's going to notice if the guards are gone for a few hours, maybe.
Fairwag.
Do we know the guards
Sure,
are
wait.
bad, or is it like a snake? You cut the head off and the rest becomes harmless.
Perhaps. I'm not sure. But Thurwag, what Zom
Yeah,
says, is there a
Hi,
farm?
Rachel. Oh, by the way, sorry, just to break the immersion for a second. Ches is getting married tomorrow.
Yeah,
what?
Oh,
What? Ches.
in a paperworky official way, because it's heckin'.
D&D Bucks Night.
Woohoo!
No, I'm sorry for spilling those beans, but yeah, nothing had been said about it. So,
A
yeah,
house together, a child together, it's not exactly
a stretch.
momentous.
But yet, it still has to happen.
It ticks the box.
Uh-huh.
Avoids
That's
awkward
great.
conversations where
What
the
do you-
parents have different last names.
Yeah. Hey, we still do, and we've been married for.
That's just to evade some local mafia boss, right?
Yeah, pretty much. I was going to say, yeah, that's right. There has to be another goal in the future for you guys, which could be that Rachel joins D&D. So, yeah,
Jaden joins.
Jaden
She
was,
could.
yeah.
Is she going to join the one shot you cook up?
Maybe.
Hang on. Wait a sec. You were just asked a question to which the answer of yes or no was both yes, I'm doing a one shot.
Well, just like I'm waiting until you do your space D&D campaign
Yeah.
that you're running
want-
after
I
this
want
one,
Spelljammer.
and then I'll do the one shot.
And I know Isaac wants to do a Lord of the Rings inspired one because he was talking about that last year at some point. And so I'm going to hold all of you to this. And Mike, the
Back into
man,
D&D.
yeah.
Your quest, you find
Mike-
yourself in a
Mike-
room. Your quest is to leave the room. Congratulations, campaign.
Mike's going to do a ranger and thief only one shot. Which actually, now that I say that out loud, would probably actually be quite cool.
Yeah.
It would be good fun.
Gloomstalkers in.
Sounds good.
All right,
Back to it.
So
how do we
just-
get back to it?
Because
Anyway,
a week of real life has
Scotland-
passed. Just before because a week of real life has passed, you guys would have it fresh in your memory from the night previous that the Havenwaiths, you were asking them a couple of questions about the Confederacy and the valley itself. They sort of said, "Oh, you probably want to talk to Hendus, the greedy mouse."
Yeah.
And Willibald at the general store.
Yeah.
They were the two of the few good people left in the valley.
Okay.
And it's scrolled up
They
in
did,
my
not, they
notes.
did not mention that they were the good ones. They said they were the previous people who were in charge. They did not say good ones.
Didn't say that. They wouldn't have said they were the previous people in charge.
No, they said Hendis. What? Oh no, who'd they say? They said Hadabrast has taken to the bottle. Yes, okay, because he was in charge previously.
Yeah,
Sorry.
and
Hear me out.
Hendus and Willibald
We
are sort
kick
of.
the mayor's door down and cast every spell we've got. Instead.
That is Plan B. If
Plan Bob.
Plan
Luckily, Zom's name is his name.
So you guys are just. Sorry to interject with that bit of info, but you guys would have.
No,
forgotten
that's-
that. You guys would have.
You know,
clearly
Thurwig, I was
forgotten
going to ask something, but I think instead we might just go to speak to Hendas at the general store.
A greedy
Mouse.
mouse.
The Greedy Mouse. Hendas at the Greedy Mouse.
Are the greedy mouse and the general store both at the town centre that we're heading towards? What, Catherine?
Yes, across the street from each other. Yes, I stayed at the Greedy Mouse on my way down to the Southern Wilds, which was
Okay,
there a
well,
long time ago. But
let's go to the greedy mouse and organise some lodgings, and then
Kathu turns and said, "Well, that's where I had already agreed to drop you guys, so
oh well, let's head there then.
we're pretty close."
Yeah.
Quick delay!
Can
Quick delay!
quit slapping your yap? Kathy will get us there.
Alright, so eventually the uneasy ride comes to a halt. So you pull up. It's sort of, by the time you get here, it's probably early afternoon, I'd
After he
say.
flips his wagon. I've had enough of this shit.
It's early afternoon, and yeah. Pull up outside what is obvious from the noise from within, and I'll move you guys to it. Now,
Do you mind if I just take a quick piss break?
go for it.
Just while we change scenes.
Cool bits of artwork on this page.
Yeah,
Which page?
the
one-
the scythe artist one.
Oh yeah, he's an amazing artist.
I mean, take some of those for some NPC ideas, right? Or for some scene settings.
If anyone wants to do a one shot in a cool world, I mean, there's your world to do it in, right?
Yeah. That being said, I'm more than happy just to do plain old D&D in the Forgotten Realms. I mean, I want to go to Baldur's Gate. I mean, there's you guys versus the Frost Giants, right?
And we just left.
Yes, that was incredible.
fun. Sounds pretty cool.
That is cool. God, yeah.
Any like giant kind of like, there's all kind of cool. And had really cool artwork as well.
It's been so long since I've played board games.
Soon, my friend, soon.
Soon. Where have we come from? The north? From the south?
Big ass man.
Such a... I see Bob.
So you guys pull up. Yeah. Put you all in. Wait. The massive map. It's a pretty big building. But and
I put someone there.
As well. So in fact, appear in the middle of what would you describe? There is a tavern. It's quite a big building, 2 stories, stables, and what is clearly a store. The store is to the it's sort of across the other side through these trees over here. You can't see it from here. There is a tavern, stables, and what is clearly a store. So far, your passage along the road has only taken you past barns, windmills, and farmhouses, practical buildings, although not all in good structural form. In the far distance, you can see the keep, exerting a dominance over the valley. It stands out, though you appreciate the bastion of civilization that it brings, having spent the last month and a half or so of your lives well away from anything civilized. Thurwag and Cathu exchange some gold and some pleasantries before Thurwag turns to you all and says, "Well, we are the Greedy Mouse, a tavern in the valley. I'll introduce you to Henderson and pay for a week's board my shout. Consider it a farewell gift. I don't know Henderson that well, but I'll see if I can get you an inn with the Confederacy. I'll be off in the morning. Passage has been arranged, and at this rate I will probably be a day or 2 late for my conference. We shall say our farewells this evening, but first I must find Gum and Hogas, their families. Sent word of our arrival. They probably are waiting inside."
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Thurwag. Yes, we very much appreciate everything you've done for us. You've helped us immensely, and we can't thank you enough, especially guiding us in this world that we're so unfamiliar with.
Well, it's been a strange journey. I thank you for saving my life many times, and I owe you no great debt. It hasn't all been a pleasure, but largely we've had a good time. We consider you friends. Even you,
We've
Bob.
learned a lot.
Yes, we certainly
Thanks,
learned a lot.
Sorry. It's the names are still very unfamiliar to me. Where are you headed next, Thurwag?
Yes, I'll be heading back to Avasart.
Avasart?
I believe that was the larger town on the northern
one
side.
of the larger towns on the
this,
north. That
smaller
you recall,
Isle
that's
of
where
Wraith.
he lives, and his university. He works at the University of Avasart.
I think it's on that map. I think it's.
That's right. I'm just writing it down because I don't think it's in. We don't have anything for Thurwag in here that I'm aware of.
On the. Oh. Yeah, Michael's just linked it in the chat. At the top. The very top there.
Yep. No, just writing it in our notes.
So, what stands before you is basically saloon doors. Sorry, no. At the front of the door is it's sort of like a double glass, wooden sort of framed door. You can see through, and you see saloon doors, and inside you can see sort of a bit of a bar and sort of thing going on. So, shall we?
Bar? Indeedy do.
Yeah.
Should.
Oh man, it got quiet really quickly once we get in this bar. The soundproofing is brilliant.
You guys hear that? Oh,
Just be the bar area there.
You know, I don't have any music playing. Does anyone else have music playing?
yep.
Yep, now there is.
They're playing a very cheery tune on a.
But
So
unfortunately, the
playing, yeah.
piano hasn't gone zzz as we walked in.
I don't have any
It
music.
has not.
Might
Should
need
be
to
there.
turn your. Might need to turn your music volume up.
Huh?
Your global
If I
volume.
turn it up
volume.
much louder, it'll drown out voices for me.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, my music volume, it was sitting at 35, but chuck it to 50, there's nothing there.
I'll stop it.
Oh, 100.
Play it again.
It sounds like the background of a pub, basically.
A slightly Western kind of style.
I see that it's playing, but I can't actually hear it. I can't hear it.
So this website here. Oh shit, I can't remember what it's fucking called. Change the name of it.
Oh, okay. No, chuck it up to 100, I can just hear it. Jeez,
hear it?
it's really, yeah, it's really quiet.
It is very quiet.
Yeah, okay,
Better?
fair enough.
Oh,
Well, normally
louder.
normally it'd be so, the background noise would be so loud that I have to turn it down quite a lot, so.
Very loud for me.
Very loud. That's
For
very
me,
loud.
it's fine. I can turn it. I'm at 49. I'm just gonna drop it down.
Oh, actually, you know the reason is because it's coming through my speakers instead of coming through headphones. Is it doing that? Oh man.
Oh,
Audio
while you sort that out,
My audio output's empty. It says there's nothing there.
opening the doors, the entry chamber, which is this room here. No, which is this room here. It's full of dusty overcoats and large muddy boots. Sound of loud boos, loosened voices filters through as you step through the double swing doors into the main area of the tavern. Your nose fills with the smell of dirt, sweat, testosterone, beer and food. Each of the tables is full of groups of men, clearly fresh from the fields, judging by the dirt on their clothes and faces. But the armour some of them wear indicate they clearly aren't the ones toiling away. No one seems to give your entrance any heed. Each of the groups engage in various activities found in taverns, from eating to gambling. Notice some more promiscuously dressed females moving between the tables. As you move through the tavern, you notice the stage in the corner here. And there's a strangely dressed man, quite colourful. There's sort of almost like a jester outfit, and it looks as if he's got like a bit of sort of white paint on his face as well. He sort of sways gently under the influence of drink. He breaks into a relatively horrid song. His drunken stupor clearly affecting his lyrical waxing. Commencement of his lyrical flow is not met well from the tavern patrons, and there's a few boos that come from the crowd, and a flagon flies from this table here.
Are there soldiers in here?
Some of the people. These are similar. These look people similar to the people who were guarding the people in the fields that you saw.
Are there anyone from the fields in here? Or is it just soldiers?
No, there's no one who looks emaciated or gaunt or dirty enough that they've been working in fields. Dirty, they've been in the fields. They don't look the same as the workers you've seen. As the flagon flies from this table here, and it sort of hits the ground near the guy singing, And you hear a loud booming voice from the back of the tavern. A grey-haired orc barkeep booms in a loud, deep voice, pointing at that table. "You, last chance!" Directing a clear rage at the table the flagon flew from. There is a mutter. The patrons return to their meals, their drinks, and their carnal distractions. Undeterred, the entertainment continues to sing his melody, if you could describe it as that.
Notice anything in particular that all of the people have in common? Any armor or weapons or marks?
Roll a perception.
Oops. Perception. Graham trips over his I don't know.
You're whispering that, Graham.
Whoops.
Don't forget you also have inspiration. You all should have had it from last week.
Oh, really?
F.
Well,
Of Chess's
as in-
news last week.
As in that was serious? Oh,
Yeah, that was serious.
okay.
That was awesome news.
Might have done better with my perception check. No, I wouldn't have
We should have
used it.
spent it and then congratulated him for getting married tomorrow for some more inspiration.
Yeah.
I was going to do that, but then I
feel
realised, oh shit, you
Used
actually
and
all got
abused.
inspiration already because none of you actually used it last week. Graham, you don't notice anything.
I rolled a
You rolled a crit fail.
a crit fail. I was just
Verwag,
distracted by the guy singing.
He's very
Verwag,
good.
Right, Zom's going to do something that he would never do.
Dance.
No. He's
Oh.
going to go up to the stage. He's going to go up to the stage and he's going to say to the jester or performer or whatever he's going to say, "Do you mind if I have a few words here?" And Zom is going to address the entire room. And he's going to say, "I have here, in my pocket," this is quite loud, obviously I'm not going to do it loud right now, "awards for the most farmers hurt or maimed within Nortgraw. These have been supplied to me by..." Would I know the name of the leader?
You know that know him as his original name is Per, but he's adopted the moniker Thidibro, which
The
is
what?
a play on the name of the
Thidibro.
traditional heads of the Confederacy, which is the Thidibro family.
The Fitbro.
He's known as Thida, basically, now.
Right. This has been supplied to me by was it Fidibro? Fidibro.
Yeah.
He's doing this. He will be doing this regularly. Come forth, claim your reward, and tell me how many you have killed. And the aim of this is to get everyone to come up to the stage in front of Zom.
Or at least get the biggest and baddest one.
They all kind of look around and
Come on, don't be shy, come on. And I pull something out of my pocket that might look like, what am I going to pull out of my pocket? I'm going to pull out a jeweled token worth 100 GP out of my pocket. I'm going to hold it up. This is a reward you have to prove to me. This is a reward from the Fidder something.
Fidibro.
Fidderbro.
Fit bro.
What's that, Brad?
So, can I be convincing enough to get everyone to come up to the stage, at least gather around in front of the stage?
I'm gonna gather around.
you said everyone
You
sort of
guys-
stops,
I'm just
stopped what they're
Iris
doing, and they're all just
distancing myself.
looking at.
Yeah,
Oh, just
Iris,
looking at you
Iris,
now.
do you mind just stand off to the side? Thank you.
We'll just
And
look at you.
I'll give Iris a wink.
Can you roll? So you're performing.
I am performing,
Let's check, please.
and I'm going to use my inspiration, and I'm going to guide as much as I can. Performance -1. But Zom he's angry, really angry.
Good.
Oh, inspiration.
You've used your inspiration.
Inspiration. Hang on, with guidance. Can I guide? I'm assuming I can guide that.
Yeah. You would have just
20
tapped
work.
yourself before you got on the stage, and
A few of the people.
Psyched himself up.
A few of the people look around, see some people muttering themselves, and no one really stands up. Someone's, "The fuck are you?" Then this guy at the front here.
Iris is just going to yell, he's the one giving out awards on behalf of Thidabro.
This guy here
oh
sort of
look, it's the chosen one of Thidabro. He has
He
come,
sort
the
of-
voice.
stands up and goes, "Oh, got a farmer the other day. Doing a
Really?
good enough job. Yeah,
How many?
it's the one."
Insight check.
Seems legit.
Anybody else? I have a 1 here. Anybody else? Anybody more than 1?
You look around and the room's pretty quiet.
But no, got one. Anybody else want to run?
The guy,
Are you telling
guy
me
the guy who
every
was
single
standing
man in
next
this
to him-
room, the Fitterbro is not going to be happy to hear this?
I am
Every single
going
man in this
to.
room has not killed a peasant.
This guy sort of stepped
Hey,
forward and
farmer.
was like, I mean, just watch them, make sure they do their jobs. Sometimes they die, but don't really the killing business. They
Hey, this is not about that. We know their purpose. They know their purpose. This is not about that. That's a different
yeah,
concern.
but we don't really try and kill them all. So they've got to work the fields and that.
But you do kill some.
I mean, if they are back or try and escape or are doing a good enough job, sure, it happens, but I mean,
Well, then what are you here for then?
we've
What do you all
just come
think you're
off-
here for?
We've just come off shift. It's a living. Want to talk about all the killing and stuff? Well, we want to talk them up in the keep.
What happens in the keep? Hang on, I'm not going to say that.
But if he's getting
Hey.
gold, he killed one bloke. I'm going to say I killed 3 blokes the other day.
Well, you're going to prove that.
I mean, can't.
Come up here.
Steps forward. The other bloke, because you notice these guys were sitting next to each other. If he says he killed 3, I killed 5.
I see what's happening here.
Okay. Did you really? Anyone else corroborate your story? Oh, this is turning into an interrogation. That's no good.
Who's got
so-
Ramrod?
yeah, I do.
Has he got anything that can has he got like a zone of truth or anything?
I think, isn't the problem with Zone of Truth that people within the zone know? Oh, actually, that's a very good point. It wouldn't matter. He does have Zone of Truth, but he hasn't memorized it.
Oh, okay.
But
Damn.
how many days has it been since Ramrod actually had management?
I mean, is it sort of thing he would have chosen as a spell? Probably not.
I'll say because you guys were heading into a new town and he wanted to make sure that he was going to get truth off of people, he may have had it active.
It does seem like a spell you'd choose when going into a town.
Does.
Yeah. Alright. Okay. My comrade here, he will. He's going to cast a spell. Don't be alarmed. It's a simple spell.
As the spell,
Sorry.
as Ramrod steps into the bar, a tankard comes flying from the same table that one came flying from before and smashes again at a dancer on the stage. At that point, barkeep, I said enough! You! And he points a fist, like a hand, at this guy here. Get out! Guy.
Does that guy look like?
Does he look like? Just
He's
generic
The 5 other guys in
Okay.
the room.
guy here.
Yeah.
Looks like that. Just a
Look at
generic
me.
fat guy. Do nothing. The person from behind the bar says, "Get out." You see him like barely. He just leaves. Guy here goes, "Hell was that spell he just cast?"
Right. Hang on. Let me look up Zone of Truth. Zone of Truth. The Zone of Truth is 15-foot radius. So let's do a circle, which is 30 feet. So somewhere around, it'd be. Oh, see, I don't want to get us. It'd be somewhere about 5, 10, 15. Be about there, except some would be a bit out of it. So
That.
some would. Oh, yep, right there.
Okay, cool.
All right, step within the
Cast.
zone.
Over there,
Step
and
within
you
this area and claim your kills.
and the guy who came up first goes,
Purposes are changing, gentlemen.
He goes, I don't
Word
know how
has-
to. I don't know if this counts or not. But someone tried to escape, and I told bosses, and he disappeared, and he hasn't turned up for a few days. I guess that's kind of a kill.
You did your duty. Yes.
I did my duty, yeah.
Yep, that counts. All right. Anyone else? Everyone else. Surely everyone
This
must
guy.
have one.
This guy next to him says, "Just kind of guard him. You don't really kill him as such. We don't have any. Then we'd have to work the bloody fields. We don't want to do that. We just make sure the other people do."
No, that's no. You're right. You're right. Anyone else? Everyone else, come on. This is up for grabs. He holds up the jewel again.
This bloke up here goes, "Yeah, sure, I killed a few blokes, definitely." And then he steps into the zone of truth.
How many did you
His hand
kill?
out. Is it here?
I didn't hear what you said there, Simon.
Is it here? I didn't kill anybody. Sort of looks around. Said I didn't kill. Then he just sort of meekly goes back and sits back at the table.
Right, well, this is planned at all.
This is not what we anticipated, but it is helpful information.
Yeah, yeah, true. Okay, I'll be honest. I really thought that the fiddle bro really thought that there was going to be a little bit more of you. This is
I
just
just,
the grabs.
Is
I look
Zom
at- I
in the
look at
zone of
Zom,
truth as well?
And I just
No,
go
Zombie's
like this.
outside of.
The guy at the front here, the other bloke, Show you what he looks like. Here. It's like
It's a gormless looking dude.
Dig.
No.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Tickling you in the middle of a D&D game.
anything to distract me.
I can't even see you, Mike, so I'm missing the tickling.
It was almost like poke me in the face, tickle me, distract me, take my headphone out, my earbud.
The other guy in the Zone of Truth goes, one of the things they tell us, it kills them while they're working, 'cause they need to work fields.
That's understandable. I look at Zom and I just start going like this, like stop talking. And I go, all right, thank you all for your assistance with this. There will be no giving away of a single golden thing tonight. But because you've all been good sports, a round on us. And I just kind of like, I look at Zom and I'm just like, that sounds right.
Right, okay.
And I go, but before that guy goes back to his seat, I just want to be like, is Hendas the one at the bar?
That's Hendis there.
Great. Thanks.
Iris,
Yes.
these people are no good.
Yeah, I know, but I think in this situation, we can either murder all of them and still not accomplish what we need because they're just hired hands who do what they're told, or we can go to the top and take care of those people and work our way top down.
It wasn't the top that killed those people.
No, well, yes and no.
These
Zom,
are
if you were in
almost
charge of this
goons.
town, Zom, if you were in charge of this town, would those people have died?
God damn right they wouldn't have.
If you were just a plain worker in this town and the people who were here are still here, would those people have died?
I would like to think not, but
But they probably would have. So I think in this situation, we need to ignore the people in this. I know,
All right.
it's hard work. I'm not saying we're not going to get justice on these people here. I'm just saying, for the time being, let's just speak to Hendis. And then, if things don't go well, we'll lock the doors and set the place on fire.
I think I might have
The-
acted
the,
rashly. I think I might
Guy
I apologise.
who's
It
singing,
was
he starts
cool.
singing again. And
You need to stop that. And I'm going to do telekinesis again for a tankard off of this table, and I'm going to try and ping him off the head.
Hey,
And
sorry, what? Who needs to stop that?
The
The
singer.
guy who's singing.
guy who's
Right.
singing on the stage.
Okay, that's all.
Join Bob at the bar.
And suddenly there's another. Through that.
And I just point to the guy who just said, who lied. And this guy here.
Out. Go. Guy goes. But I said out.
You roll an intimidation check for me.
Graham's on tippy toes looking over the bar at the barkeep.
Yeah, Bob's
Is it
worked
usually
his-
like this?
So you see,
Oh,
Ooh.
that is a barkeep.
that is a good barkeep, isn't it?
That is good.
Mhm.
Is Hendas.
So Bob's worked his way down to the bar while Zom and Iris were doing whatever the fuck they were doing, and he's been like, you must be Hendis. I've heard lots of good things from my friend Gunruth that I met on the road, and we shared many a story and many a night of good Good japes, good jolly fine times. He told me that you were a guy I should talk to. We've heard some things that possibly should be discussed privately. Is there somewhere we can go to talk, or do you knock off and we can have a conversation a bit later?
He looks over to you. I don't even know your name, boy.
Ah, how rude of me. My name's Bob, and if you can see him down here, that's Graham. We're kind of new to the region, but as I said, we met Gunrith because he had just sold all of his boots, hammers, and hunting goods to you, or in town, I mean. And we were hoping to pick some of them up a bit later, but that's another story. But he said that when we get to Nortgra, Hendis is the guy that we should talk to about a special situation. You had a unique knowledge, but possibly not for general public conversation and other ears to hear, if you know what I mean.
Also, Thurwag's paid for a week for us.
And Thurwag's there, and you see he's got a serve of pie in front of him, a bottle of red. He's like, "Yes, Hendis knows. I've just exchanged and told him these heroes here will be after a room for at least a week, and he's happily agreed to do that. There's no one else here, so you've got the choice of the rooms," he said. And
That's fantastic.
Hendis looks at you and he goes, "So you met met Gunrith? Oh, that's the bloke you want to talk to." He points to this person sitting down in here. At the other end of the bar, you know, a large human, aging form has turned what would have been once rippling muscles into a solid, less defined body. Sits with an empty plate of food before him, working in a ledger. Looks, as he hears his name, he sort of looks towards you all and nods. "Folk don't look like from these part of the valley. You don't use these. You folk don't look like you're from these parts, traveling through the valley. Willibald's my name. I own the general store across the way. But also, got all sorts in there you folks might need. Closed for the day now, but come by tomorrow and I'll help you out." And Hendis sort of looks at Bob and he goes, "What are you talking about, boy?"
I'm talking about lots of things. I don't know, maybe Gunrith, you know that guy, he's a bit of a scallywag. Maybe he mentioned your name instead of old Billy Bob over here as to who I should be talking to. I was sure he said Hendis though, however we were several wineskins around the fire that night, and the old...
Willibald is the one who typically spends the time with Gunrith. I just provide the drink for the two of them. But, I hear you. I hear you. Look, probably not the time to talk about our things at the moment. But
Yeah, wasn't it the Havenwaith? Sorry.
Havenwaith family did recommend that you talk to Hendis, and
Yes. Yes.
Gunrith had mentioned that he was drinking with Willibald.
Yes. Yeah.
But perhaps once the tavern thins out a bit, or in the morn, talk about it then.
A fine plan.
Interested to hear your stories. Where are you all from?
Neverwinter.
A long, long way away. A long, long time ago.
Neverwinter? Never heard of it.
Well, sometimes winter.
Never.
Intermittent
Is it
winter.
Neverwinter. Is that like it's up in the mountains?
No, it's a beachside location.
Small, I never heard of it, but I suppose I didn't leave the valley that much.
Down that way.
Just quickly, DM, after Zom's attempted a facade, it technically hasn't been revealed that he's not from the Fiddlebride. So, are the soldiers suspicious or curious or anything like that, or is that now past? Dispersed?
Let me have a look.
It would look weird, Zom now coming up to the bar with this group of people just asking random questions that everyone's sort of supposed to know.
Nope. They're all pretty distracted by their own things of what's going on, what they're doing, the other things that are in the bar, singing, music.
Okay.
Don't really care or know what's happening.
Oh,
Oh,
fair enough then.
They don't seem the brightest sparks.
That's kind of what I was hoping to begin with.
Yeah.
That's why I tried that level of deceit.
You folk not from around here, then you from this Neverwinter place, right? Very good. And now where'd you guys travel from?
south.
Yeah, well, I travel from the south.
Yes, indeed. It's been a bit of a journey, but
His voice sort of hushes down a little bit. Happened to cross paths with a family of dwarves.
Wait. Yeah.
We did.
Where'd you meet him? Where'd you see him? Get out of the valley?
Yeah. Most of them.
Some of them, yeah.
I know about the girl, but the rest of them got out?
Believe so.
It's good. Good, I'm glad to hear that.
we believe so. We saw the girl on the way in, and we've laid her to rest.
Oh, of course, yes. We were respectful in their disposal, and we've left some guardians there. In addition to that,
And he
nobody should have to suffer.
Hendis looks at you and looks around. Make sure that nobody's sort of... I know you ain't from Thidabro, so... And the way you talking, and the way you're acting, what's the deal with you? How you pull that stunt up on the stage there?
I'll just lean in a bit close so that no one else around can hear. It does not sit well with me what we saw on the way in. Innocents slaughtered like cattle. That was not. They were not farmers. They were not workers ploughing the fields. They were trying to escape, and they were cut down in their path. It's not something that soldiers do. It's what murderers do.
Yeah.
I may have overacted in here, but I wanted them dead. I want all of them dead. It's not what happens to people. Innocents should not be treated as such.
As Hendis leans in, you can see his face much closer now, and it's showing signs of age, and you see that his eyes are holding quite a degree of sorrow. You know, they're sad eyes. Speak truth. Speak the truth, but I was not
Speak the truth over there.
Now is not the time for us to speak of these things. It's not the time.
Then when is the time?
When
Now is the time.
this bar isn't packed with armed militiamen. who, though they have not, would happily kill Didabro. They fear me only because they believe that I am something I am not.
You convinced them where I was not able. And then Zon looks around the room at how many soldiers there are in the room and concedes that. All right, this might not be the best time.
Tomorrow morning, I think, make sure no one else is here. Well, we can talk a bit more then.
We will all here that you see before you. We will aid you in this. This doesn't go unpunished. This doesn't happen around us without some form of vengeance.
Indeed.
Maybe we are the help that you've needed. Take care of this.
Maybe, but at that point he just has a look at the menu, boys, and he sort of leans back because he's mindful of talking too much in hushed voices at the bar with a group of strangers that have walked in. He passes you the menu, which should be in all of your handouts now, the Greedy Mouse menu. What'll it be?
Greedy Mouse menu. I'll have no rules. Oh, okay, it's all dark because I got it on dark. So.
Stout.
Cabbage
Don't
stew.
stop it coming. Mike, stop! We're not going down this road again.
You'll note the garden of this map.
I was very impressed.
Excellent. Excellent.
Yeah, stout, and don't stop bringing it out. I'll be drinking that for the rest of the night.
Pulls
About the lot
pulls
of
out
this.
the jug. Wouldn't often get little things like you drinking stout, but there you go.
Uh-huh.
Chris, well, you're full of good ideas. I'm going to have a stout as well. I need something to calm me.
Graham's
We'll
going to
start on a
get.
stout. We might finish with the wines.
Whatever you're ordering, just make sure you take it out of your gold and your
Yeah.
silver, and I'll trust you guys to do that yourselves.
Gold and silver. What are you talking about?
Yeah,
I only got a couple of coppers.
I've got gold, and that's it.
Just reach into the ring, Graham, and pull out whatever you want.
2 silver. Alright. So I'm gonna put if it's 2 silver.
Silver's in a gold?
Yeah, 2 silver. Yeah. So probably 1 gold worth. And I did say I was buying around for everyone here, right? How much is that?
Yes. That would be. I'm guessing you're getting just the ale. I'm gonna say that's gonna be. We'll say that there are maybe 20 people, so 80 copper pieces. Don't.
I'll just put another gold. I don't deal with copper. Iris does, but honestly, it's too much to keep.
You can work out
Yeah,
the
I
math
think-
yourself.
Yeah, this amount is going to be so negligible.
Guys, settle in. Do you want to talk to anyone anymore?
Iris
Henders,
puts 10 gold on the bar.
Bold.
No, she doesn't.
Quickly disappears.
So you guys are sitting there, and people are starting to filter out. The sun, tell from looking at the windows, that the sun's starting to fade a bit. It's to set, and Thurwag finishes his well, I think that might be it for the night for me, boys. And, I guess this must be farewell. I'm going to retire for the evening now. And,
Yep.
like I said,
Zom's going to do the same.
it's been a pleasure traveling with you all, and,
Where's Ian going?
I'm just relocating.
new house or the old house? House.
Pretty awesome when you can call your house the old house.
The old house.
Farewell,
So
Thorwag. You'll be missed. And
Swag
Bob gives
individually
you a big
shakes all
hug.
of your hands and hugs you all and thanks you all profusely.
Please,
You all
please
in my
don't.
life many times further. Like I said, we shall be in touch. I would anticipate that in 3 to 6 months I'll have the first draft of my manuscript, which, as I have discussed, you will be co-authors. Published. I'll send you the draft manuscripts so that
How will you contact us?
I have pretty broad connections across the Isle of Wraith. I'm sure I'll be able to find a group containing Loxodon, a Satyr, the Halfling, a Haragon, and Eris. Scary girl. Should be able to find you. It shouldn't be too hard. You're not exactly the most subtle of travelling parties, are you? If you reach Avasat, please feel free to
Not if.
drop a line. And
Dear
hopefully,
Thurwag, you must have more confidence in us.
We will be there at some point, though, Wag.
When
yes.
we
Now,
reach Avasat.
Hendis, these here, they're I believe that the Confederacy has some relics. I think the relics will be of interest to these motley crew here. I believe, if my records serve me well, should be some historical religious relics that the Confederacy stock, and a sort of. Yeah, I think I know what you're talking about. Yeah. I don't know the details myself, but I think I know what you mean. Yeah. Well, perhaps you could help them out with that. Maybe. We'll see what we can come up with. We're not getting near him anytime soon. And at that point, Thurwag goes, well, very well. He trundles off up the stairs.
Bye, Thorwag.
Thurwag, just as quickly as he has appeared into your life, he has disappeared from your lives.
He was an interesting fellow, and I'm sure we'll see him again.
Now, there's probably only 2 or 3 people in the bar. The guy on the stage, he's still sort of in a way. He's sort of clearly pretty well inebriated now.
Going to encourage him so that people leave faster.
Well, hang on. Aren't we meeting Henson in the morning? Hendon? What's his name?
Hendis. Yeah, you guys have got a lodging.
Hmm.
Just looks at you all. Show you to your rooms whenever you're ready.
Yeah, Zom's ready.
I'm gonna go to my room.
Zom needs to get out of here. Zom doesn't want to be around these people, even though he's just spent the entire night drinking and eating around them.
By the time you guys go, well, everyone else is sort of filtering out as well, and the only person left there is Lee Bold here.
And the singer.
Huh?
And the singer.
And the singer, yeah, he's sort of pretty well passed out now. Willie Bold. You feel come by the general store tomorrow, and I help you up with some supplies if you need them. And you notice that he He's got his big ledger and he shuts that. And just see you in the morning. This sort of side door here. Yes.
Was there anything I could see in that ledger before he closed it?
Yeah, you would have been able to see it throughout the night. He wasn't trying to hide it. It was clearly just a stock ledger that he was balancing.
Okay. Anything interesting on there out of the usual for like a general store?
No. It was all just general. There's rope, pickaxes,
Scrolls.
just... What's that?
Scrolls.
Scrolls.
Cinnamon
Scrolls of
scrolls.
resurrection.
Scroll of seed planting. Scroll of manure.
Is it a ritual?
Yes.
Ah, Iris is interested. Oh, is that the time on the sundial?
Yeah, Zom's going to. Where's their room?
Yeah, where's this?
Somewhere over
Hendis.
there.
Sorry, Hendis. Takes you guys upstairs. Easy. Bounce down. The huge map.
Second story? Oh. Nice map.
These are beautiful maps.
Yeah.
Put it map for the win. So you guys go up the stairs, and you don't see into all of these rooms. I just haven't blacked them out because we're told you were the only ones here. And Hendis takes you to this room at... I didn't actually get around to doing this actually. Let me just do one thing. I just need to brown out. Okay, when it does that, brown out this wall here. Those two rooms are connected. The top, yeah, and this shows you here. Blah, 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 blah.
Bob's got the double bed. The bastard.
I'll share with Ramroddles on.
Oh, Isaac.
When Zom flops into bed, Bob gets propelled out the other side.
Hang on, where are we? We're up here.
Up the top here. See your rooms here. You find the room. Practical, satisfactory. Beds are comfy. Room spacious with a privacy screen in the corner. Tastefully decorated with rustic farming charm. You sense from the evening you've spent with Hendis that it's probably not intentionally decorated that way. He's just put stuff in it that he got laying around. The windows in this room here and out there. A good view across the street where you can see the general store and sort of the fields beyond. It's only faintly illuminated this evening in the sort of the light of the slither of moon that's out tonight. It won't be long until its perpetual cycle brings full darkness and then full light to these fields as it goes. The stars are a bit duller here than they were in the southern wilds. Their shine is blunted by the aspects of civilization that you took for granted. Flickering light from the homesteads, smoke from the chimney stacks. All rooms illuminated by a small glass hand torch, and the flickering flame within. Drifting in from the open window, you guys hear the sounds of drunken camaraderie, singing, laughing, some muffled conversations. Drifting in, clearly heading out.
Can Zom, instead of heading straight to bed, sit at the desk, look out the window, open up his fungal book and fall asleep in it?
He can. Can.
Ah, whole double bed to myself. Ah.
Look, before you look out the window, you just kind of have to, like, the one bad thing about this map, this tree here is actually a store. A relatively big general store.
But it's closed.
It's the middle of the night now, yeah. So you look out the window, Dom, see that there's actually a group of men
Oh, someone's already drawing it.
standing around on the general store, and they're laughing. Source of the laughter that you heard, and you can see that they're all having a piss on the building. And then you kind of leave.
Where is that? Sorry.
It would kind of be they're sort of here,
Pissing
sort
on
of
the corner.
standing on the corner here, sort of pissing. Then as they sort of meander off, you see that the jester, he's sort of passed out against the corner of the building, just here, basically.
Window.
Covered in piss.
Okay.
Want to draw a straight line? Can't draw a line. Oh, there we go.
Right, you guys want to do anything?
Yeah, I want to draw a building.
Okay.
Iris is going to, under cover of darkness, just kind of wander as everyone goes to bed. She's just going to stay up for a bit, wait till everyone's asleep, and then she's just going to go wander around town, just taking note of the buildings. She's not going to go and interrogate people and go and sneak into buildings or anything like that. She just wants to get an idea of where things are in town.
So you sneak out. You see that there's a general store across from you there. You walk a little bit further and you see sort of just a couple of other, maybe, and it's hard to kind of tell what they might be. There might be sort of communal living quarters, maybe like a converted barn kind of thing. You can tell from the the foot traffic sort of walking past the windows and subtly sneaking in and looking, that there's people sleeping in there. Smokestack that's working on it, so it's kind of like a big dorm kind of thing there. Other buildings, looks like maybe a storehouse or barn kind of thing.
Yeah.
And then you see that
Damn it.
Greedy Mouse is attached to a large stable complex.
Yeah. Greedy Mouse is
Then-
attached to a large stable complex.
Then you go and investigate the store a bit more. You walk past the jester. He's sort of slumped, snoring. General store. Sort of have a little peek through the window. It looks like a pretty well stocked store. See at the front of it. It looks like a store, and then there's some living quarters, and there's a stable at the back, and there's a detached sort of living house, like a small house. It looks like.
Hey.
Quite a nice area. What the heck is this?
Spirit Guardians.
Get out.
Spiritual Guardians.
Zom, Graham, and Bob, as you are sleeping, you see Spirit Guardians overtake the entire room. I just wanted to see how far are we from the keep that they were mentioning before?
Keep you would be. Let me just have a look. I would say it would be a day or so's wagon ride.
A day or so's wagon ride to the keep.
Yeah. So you pass, like, if you look at the map that's got valley on it, I don't think you can do. You're about halfway across the valley. the moment. You're sort of in the middle, and the keep is at the far end.
It's a big valley.
Okay.
It would be you were about get from where you were to the middle bit. That was about
that's
about a day, and now it'd be about another day to go to the other.
Okay. Just wanted to know. Hey, Isaac.
Do you want to bring up the map just to show Isaac where we are?
You
Yeah, I'm looking for
guys-
me.
You guys travelled through this is the valley of Nordgraw. You
From
came
where
through a
Iris
mountain
is.
pass
Mhm.
here. You travelled
Right.
through the fields here, the sort of middle complex here. In the fields, you saw downtrodden workers being guarded by armed men. They were all like emaciated and dirty. Got to the middle part here, and you got out and went into the Greedy Mouse, which is a tavern. Ramrod helped Zom perform an elaborate hoax of trying to work out, because you guys had seen the hanging dead bodies and you buried them, and Iris and Zom created
It triggered
zombies,
Zom,
and Zom got all triggered by it.
Mm.
and the hoax didn't work.
And the hoax didn't work, although it did give you some.
It didn't work
Information.
as expected.
Yeah.
Task
It
failed
gave you
successfully.
some interesting information that the guards don't really kill anybody or do anything violent. They're just there to sort of keep an eye on the workers, because if they kill the workers, they're likely to end up as workers, basically.
Task
Now
failed
you guys-
successfully.
Then you guys met Hendis and Willibald, who had been recommended to talk to in sort of the bag and rest spot that you were in the night before. And you met both of them at the Greedy Mouse. They didn't really want to talk too much because it was full of armed guard people drinking, and just but you kind of got the gist that they weren't too keen on the way the valley had gone recently. Then Burwag said farewell to you all. You came up to your room. Zom is currently passed out asleep on his book here, and Iris is scouting out the town.
Oh, and Ches is getting married tomorrow.
Yes, Ches
Yes.
is getting married tomorrow. This is his box evening,
Really?
evidently.
That isn't a bit, it's a real fact.
So that's the real fact.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, it's Friday. Why not?
No, it's not.
Thursday.
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 Oh, what?
11222.
Ah, I see.
So, you guys have all gone to sleep except for Iris?
Indeed.
Going up a level.
And
You
Zom
all
roll for learning something in his book.
You can add in another, I'm going to say, half hours because you're blind drunk.
Yeah.
2 hours.
Hey, 2 hours?
2 hours.
2 hours
Jeez.
from being blind drunk and
That's
falling
right.
asleep in your book.
That's pretty
But I-
generous.
Oh, because I picture it like you're there,
Wow.
like, oh, the
Yeah.
the fungus is your bread, and then it goes.
That's
Blue!
extremely generous, but I will take it.
But you probably would have read some on the way in as
You
well.
you gain 2 hours worth of knowledge that you forget immediately. When you wake up.
Can you all roll Constitution saving throws? Constitution checks, please. Except for Iris. She's wandering the streets.
This is starting off well.
Zom is going to be drunk.
Check,
Plus-
Ramrod. The save.
Oh yeah, I
Uh-oh.
don't need to have Ramrod anymore, do I?
Isaac, you need to roll a
Check, not a save.
check, not a save.
Oh,
You rolled a save.
sorry.
Roll a
Didn't
Constitution
scroll down
check.
far enough.
We've all done real well.
Fantastic.
Well, that's better.
Yeah.
We're all pretty heavily passed out
Uh-oh.
from the evening of drinking.
Uh-oh.
Ramrod, you're stirred from your slumber. You sort of just flicker awake just in a moment. And you notice that the room has a dull light to it. Iris extinguished the candle when she left the room. You notice that there's just a dull glow in the room. Well, not necessarily in the room, it's filling the room.
I
As
did
if
say I activated Alexa sentry mode while I slept.
did. She is watching the room and there is nothing in the room. It's as if part of the moon has become uncovered by the clouds. That's how you would describe it. When you went to bed, there was a thin slither of moon, but now the the light that shines into the room is reminiscent of a full moon to you. It steadily intensifies, and it's not as if daylight has come early. It's more an unnatural nocturnal glow.
Does it seem to be coming from
happened?
anywhere in particular, or is it just...
Outside. So there's a single window here. You look over at Zom, and he's now quite well illuminated. He's snoring.
It's coming from outside? Okay.
Outside, yeah. The light is coming in. It's casting shadows across the room, but it's sort of streaming in from outside.
Okay. I'm going to... How inebriated am I? Am I able to...
You're
I can
alright.
walk over there.
Yeah,
Oh.
you can walk over there. Yeah.
Can I climb over Zom and have a look out the window?
Yeah, you can sort of hop up onto the desk a bit and look out the window. And you, at that point, you sort of, as you're walking across and your senses are coming back to you, notice that you kind of think, oh, this glow is familiar. It's kind of like cenotes. And you were in the place of the ancients, the one deep underground, that had a similar glow to this. Quite strange, but that's the sort of the general feel you get from it.
Okay.
Looking out.
What I see outside.
You're looking out the window now, and there's a general store across the way, and you note that the jester who had been performing in the tavern that night was you had seen him pass. He was sort of passed out at the general store there before, but he's now awake and his mouth is agape and his eyes are sort of like clearly different to how he was just before. He's still slumped against the building, but he's clearly different. He sort of raises himself as if he's looking at something, sort of for
In which
him or
direction?
near him or next to him. So he's slumped sort of here,
Yeah.
facing towards the tavern. He's looking at something as if there's something in the middle of the street, which is
Between him and me, or
between
up the
him
street?
and you.
Down? Yeah.
Between him and you, and that would be roughly the source of the light. If you had to say that's where the light's coming from, you'd say it's coming from somewhere around the middle of the street. Coming from it, somewhere out straight out the window, between
Yep.
here and the store. Don't know where.
Okay. What's on the desk that Zom's asleep on?
His fungal book that he is passed out upon.
That's it.
That's it. As you're looking at the desk, the jester sort of half like drunkenly braces himself against the side of the shop and lifts himself to his feet, and he sort of sways and he walks down the side of the shop, just out of view.
He's turned away from what he was looking at. And
Yeah,
walked.
walked just
away.
around the corner. But something strange happens then, and it's almost as if that light is following him, or walking, or moving with him. Hear muffled voices, quiet. It's drowned out by the distance between you and it, even though it's a still evening. And then in an instant, light is gone. Fades quickly. Darkness returns. You roll a perception check. As your eyes adjust to the new sort of darkness of the evening, late evening / early morning now. See the drunken jester sort of stumble and slump himself back down, similarly where he was placed just before, sort of resting his head. He pauses. He sort of just as he's nodding off, he just looks up the window that you're perched at. It's almost like he looks up to your window. Not quite. Doesn't quite get up there before the alcohol ruminating inside his body was him back down into a stupor, and he passes out again.
Sorry, just quickly, where's Iris during this?
He's wandering the streets.
Looking for red lights.
So we're saying Iris is a streetwalker.
Yep.
And
And if anyone
about-
says that to her face,
what about Alexa? What is Alexa? Would Alexa report in this role?
Well, Alexa was in active sentry mode. She's looking at the potential entrances for any unwanted guests. So she's looking at the door to the room. Although the room lit up, I think she would have been drawn away from her active
Just a
sentry
street light.
of looking. That's a comet or something flying through the sky.
Street light, yes, in an ancient town.
Street torch.
All right.
I mean,
Is
if
there anything?
she did go to the window, she would have seen the same thing Ramrock saw.
Yeah. So, is there anything I can do to think about, like, trying to put that, like you said, it's the same kind of glow as I've recognised before? Is there a, not so much an insight, but maybe a history or a religion check I can do to see if I can remember anything else?
You could do an Arcana check. maybe.
Arcana?
Or- yeah, no, we can do religion.
Yep. Do that.
Your teachings of Helm that you're sort of aware of don't necessarily. Trying to think what you might be able to piece together.
It's all right if it's nothing. But
Yeah, it's
worth a try.
probably not a lot. You'd be able to piece together something magical,
Yeah.
spiritual, something about that light. It's almost like an aura, maybe.
Mhm.
Probably the best you can
Yep.
get from it.
We got to study more. All right. So the jester's passed out again.
This is
Everybody
past
else is asleep. I think I need more sleep myself. So I'll go back to bed.
it. And that's the Alright. You guys are out for another like 5 or so minutes?
Yep,
Yeah.
Feels like we just started.
working from home tomorrow, so
So, guys, thankful for the orientation of your room in the rising sun. It isn't until later that you wake in the morning. Glow from the sun rising from behind the greedy mouse slowly illuminates the world before you. Don't get that bright morning sun into your room. As your senses return to you.
The shop's gone.
Yeah, where's the general store gone?
Well, the general
Whoa.
store is gone because it's on the
It's
second the other
demolished.
map.
Not tripping out about the lights I saw last night, but that's a party trick.
hang on. I thought there was a fucking store.
And yeah, the main sense that returns to you now is the smell of freshly cooking breakfast wafting up from the tavern below. Smells pretty fucking good.
Cabbages. Nice.
Cabbages.
It's going down.
Yeah. Yeah.
So you climb down the stairs. Hendis is already working behind the bar.
I just like
Humming.
STOR.
Yeah.
Oh.
Like it's the 100 acre wood.
You hear him humming a song to himself, aware of your approach. His muscular arms twisting as they slowly juice some plump-looking oranges for you
The
for your
skulls
breakfast.
of his foe.
Chucks the empty rind under the counter, and his song stops. His humming stops. Without raising his head, look to you. He trust your quarters was satisfactory. That morning today, you and Willie Bald are the only ones here. This hasn't been the same since the change in the leadership of the Confederacy, but Willie Bald and I go way back. Often pops in for a morning coffee. See him.
So Willie Bald is not here yet, or he is.
And you just see the same guy from evening before. He's just sitting here.
Yeah.
In a coffee. And he just nods.
Yeah.
Gentlemen, we need you to tell us everything you know about
UFOs.
Bidabo and the Confederacy. And that's where fade out, credits roll,
Cast Spirit Guardians.
past
Hendis looks at you, draws a deep breath, and he says, "I'll see you next week."
Oh, I can keep going if you want to keep going, or we can stop.
I need to get to bed.
Right, we'll stop there. Stop there. And next week I'll tell you the bit where I wanted to stop. Every week you guys just 10 minutes short of where I want to stop. It's okay.
We have to fuck around,
Yeah, that's
obviously.
right.
Yes.
Don't do that.
No.
We absolutely have to.
We have to fuck
And
around.
10 minutes. 10 minutes will be half an hour with us, because we'll fuck
Exactly.
around.
Yeah.
If you just let me
It's
read
got to
the
be
script.
factored in.
Like,
Yeah.
Bob woke up and he banged his shin on the bed and he's like, wait, that didn't really hurt. Goes, Graham, take your best shot. Punch me.
Okay.
Initiate combat on the bed.
That was a PC
There we go.
ending cliffhanger.
You hit me,
To tell us everything.
hit me.
I want you to hit
Ah.
me as hard as you can.
That feels like I only took like 3 HP of damage.
Huh. That's weird.
Could have sworn you threw a 6 HP worth of damage punch.
Hey, can I try it too, Bob?
It's got to start
No,
wailing
you've got
on him
a
with a crowbar.
Iris takes her little, basically emaciated fist. She's like, "Can I try too, Bob?"
Sure, nothing can hurt me. I'm invincible.
All right. What do you? I don't know how to roll a punch attack. You know what? I'm just gonna roll a d20 and add my strength mod.
Ow, that's a knife. That's slashing damage. Ah, that took the full damage.
When as you guys are dicking about hitting Bob, he just looks at you. He just looks
Bob's
at you and
doing
goes,
like the,
"Just remember the first rule, guys. We're fighting."
We're not fighting, we're having fun.
Yeah, he asked us. We're just punching him. There's a difference.
Doing like the
DM.
gridiron thing. Rawr, headbutt.
DM, what's What's an unarmed damage amount? Is it a D4? Is it a D6? I can't remember.
I think normally it's a D4, because it's a D6 for my monk.
D4 plus strength.
Probably.
Matter.
Yeah, but
Because
like,
mine's D6 plus dex.
Their fighting styles.
sure it's not D4 to the power of strength.
All right, so it's D4 -1. So you take 3 points of necrotic damage.
Ah, ow! That didn't feel like a fist. Ah, ah. What the shit?
And this is why 10 minutes is going to take more than 10 minutes.
And then Bob flies around the room.
I've got to know, does
Graham's going to try and catch him.
what does he look like when he flies? Does he grow wings, or does he sort of go on all fours and just go, eh?
Yeah, the little goat tail just spins like a propeller, like Tails from Sonic the Hedgehog.
But it's got to be like small and just spins completely ineffectually.
So it reminds you of the what was it, Bug's Life with the caterpillar, when he has those little tiny wings.
I'm a beautiful
yeah.
butterfly.
All right.
This is similar to what I picture in my head. Fucking Bronco goats are when they jump. Baby goats are when they jump. That's what I picture.
Adorable. That'll add. I usually look at the chat when I'm at work and people happen to wander past, and they're always like, there's some weird out of contextual things, so that'll be a good one to add to it.
Are we all watching baby goats?
Yeah, we're clearly all watching baby goats.
Yeah.
I should have given Bob like narcolepsy or the fear thing with the goats that like just faint and fall over dead when they're halfway through getting excited or scared. Roll a constitution check to see if he sees up and fall over.
So weird how goats want to be on top of things.
Yeah. But they don't have anything prehensile to help them climb.
No.
I don't get it.
It's amazing how many actual pictures there are for goats with wings.
Otherwise,
Okay.
seeing as I'm an earth genie, we could just say it's like the Tasmanian devil, how the bottom half of him is a tornado and I just fly up in the air.
Yeah, that works. You can still be initiated by your tail.
Well, because is it a hover as well?
I've got hover.
Yeah. Cool.
So I said, when Simon has ranged opponents, I'll just be hovering in the air and then go prone and lay down on the ground so that they've got disadvantage.
Now, I've already told you how I would counter that. I will tell you how to counter that.
I think it's your place to do that.
Please.
It's not. But if things start getting a bit out of control, where
No.
nothing-
No. You are part of the lack of control.
Judas
That's true.
Turncoat. Bob Eldritch Blast Cyrus.
Sorry, I know Potsy's pain, so I just. It's horrible being on that end sometimes.
Especially when
bloody
Ches is here. Once Ches got involved, I do apologise, guys, but you know.
The worst for me was when we had the attack at Fire Shear and you guys were riding griffins, and I was trying to work out
Oh yeah.
horizontal and vertical length, and the obviously trying to solve for x
Hmm.
along the hypotenuse. I was like, oh god, this is not why I wanted to be a DM.
Now
Like that
you
was
guys,
before
Not long after I
launch.
joined.
That was before chess, I think, wasn't it?
Yeah.
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 'Cause I reckon that was not long after I joined.
Mm.
No, that was pretty shortly after you joined. Yeah. 'Cause I
Yeah.
picked you up.
Yeah,
I hadn't
as they were
been
heading
that
there.
long either. Mm. All
it's
right.
been a pleasure.
So we're gonna
Yeah,
call it
getting
there.
early to watch the Socceroos, so
Good night, everyone.
All right.